Welcome everybody. It's a pretty good crowd. The purpose of being here. Hello. All right. My whole purpose here is to introduce you to something you already know. More love.
Maybe the distance.
As to introduce. Hello. There we go. I'm not going to move. Let's introduce Steve Saleen and his family, his wife and his daughter Molly. And no, they're not the same person. His wife's name is something else. It's Liz. But they're going to unveil the 2024 Saleen Black Label Coupe. And I think if any of you that have wandered around here and looked at the cars, the 2024s today that Saleen has done, will be amazed at what we have done, and you're going to be further amazed at what Steve's going to have in store for you when he pulls the cover off of Rick's vehicle. So without any further thing from me, I'd like to hand over the mic, and I think you have to stand right here.
Thank you for that. Obviously it's great to be here today. It's exciting. I can't think of a better place to unveil one of our latest creations here at the 60th anniversary of the Mustang here with Ford Motor Company and with the Mustang Club of America that has put on this event. So far it has been a great event, and I can't think of a better place to introduce our latest version of the Black Label Saleen Mustang. I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, from time to time on this is, well, what is my favorite car? And I always say, well, it's always the one that I'm working on. But today, it's the one that I'm actually about to uncover. I can tell you that. And I hope you're as excited with it as we have been in creating it. Obviously, it's been 60 years in the making from Ford, 40 years in the making from Saleen. The one thing I just announced on the radio was the fact a lot of people don't realize that with the exception of the Ford Mustang itself and the Chevrolet Corvette, the Saleen Mustang nameplate is the longest continuing nameplate that's been made in North America and sold. So we're very happy with that record. And we're looking on for another 40 years. I will say, you know, we had a surprise birthday party for me last night that got out of hand a little bit, but with the Saleen Club on this. But I'm hoping that we have at least another 40 or so, 50 years left in us to continue to build great cars. At this point in time, I know everyone's been waiting for this, so we won't waste a lot of time on it. I will ask my wife Liz and my daughter Molly to come up to help me with the honors. Let them make their way through the crowd here. And this is my daughter Molly, and this is my wife Liz, and they have Liz obviously has been with me since the beginning here on it. Molly came along really pretty much at the very start as well. We put her on my first trip calling from Ford dealers across the country. We put Molly in the back seat of our 84 Saleen Mustang and drove all the way across the country calling on various Ford dealers in each state. I didn't want to look like we were just a mom and pop family trying to sell a car, so I would drop them off at the mall, take our luggage out, then go call on the Ford dealer, and then go try to pick them up or get a connection to do it. We didn't have cell phones, and all we had was smoke signals that we could communicate with back then. So we've been very happy as a family ever since, and we even have our granddaughter Daisy here, which will continue it on for the next century. So with that, on this we'll go ahead and I will ask them to go ahead and unveil our 2024 Black Label Saleen Mustang.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So as you can see, the first obvious thing is a little different color. This color, we've wrapped it in what we call beryllium. Beryllium is one of the 14 special colors that we make at Saleen on this, and this has the latest work of the beryllium paint job. If you look at from an aerodynamic standpoint, using CFD, our racing experience, wind tunnel testing, coast down testing, we have the latest in aerodynamics. We have extended the front end. It's hard to actually see without having a comparison, but basically the front end of the vehicle has been extended about 1.5 inches on this, and has a downward slope with a bigger splitter in the front on this, which gives us a much more aerodynamic aspect of going through it. We're always dealing with, from an engineering standpoint, L over D, lift over drag. We're always trying to compromise that in our performance cars that we do, and the Black Label here is no exception. We've also extended, when you look at it, we've extended the hood. There's no seam on the hood between the front fascia and the hood. These are subtle things that get done that really, in the wind tunnel and the testing that we do, really make a difference. We also have incorporated in the front of it is the brake cooling and the downforce with it, with the vanes that we have on the side. We have come in and we've re-sculptured the side skirts of the vehicle, and to be able to take advantage of it. On the hood that you see, we have gone to the later technology of bringing the air out of the hood vent in the way, very unique way that we've done that. And then we've also, over the wheel wells in front, have air escaping from the high pressure area in the wheels themselves. Continuing on past the side skirts, then we get into the rear fascia. The rear fascia, again, has been extended over a standard Mustang on this, and we've remodeled how the back of it looks, and then going back to kind of a signature with us that we did back in the 90s, at the beginning of the 90s, we've incorporated the center exhaust, which we're very excited about, having the center exhaust with it, and certainly get a chance when we're done here to walk around the whole car. And then, of course, we top it off with, it wouldn't be a Saleen without a Saleen style wing. So we have a large wing on the back, and we need that to balance the downforce in the front to the downforce that's required in the back with the built-in diffuser. We have a cool couple of other surprises at night. And from the back, once people understand what they look at it, we have 2 lights down in the lower fascia that light up while you're running down the freeway at night, and it has a pretty cool effect on how it has a reflection across the back and on the ground and going, if you are able to see one in the evening. We also, again, would not have as a Black Label if it did not have the full options of try to see, there we go, is there we go. Is our suspension. We have a complete suspension on this with coilover shocks, sway bars, pivot bushings, cross members, the whole everything that you would want to have for a performance vehicle, whether you're driving it every day to the supermarket or looking at making it a tractable car on this. This will definitely take anything in its category here on the road holding ability. We have very unique wheels that we have with the largest rubber that you can put on a Mustang right now, with 10-inch wide rims in front and 11-inch wide plus in the back, and all comes with the Continental tires. Interior wise, we also have revamped. Let's open the door, and you can see the seating that we've done both front and back, the appointments throughout the interior. One of the biggest changes that you've seen on our white and yellow labels is we've actually given it a unique dash by doing a cover over the iPad level that you have for it, and it really changes the whole dynamic from the passenger standpoint of actually driving the car. This car, of course, is a 6-speed manual transmission. Again, we're not moving away from that, even though the automatics technically can do a quarter mile quicker, and they can do a burnout with the land lock and all of that. But the fun to drive every day is still having, from my standpoint, I haven't gotten too old to drive a manual yet. So we enjoy that. And then last but not least, of course, it comes with a little more horsepower. And the horsepower on this is supercharged, similar to our last year's one, and it's over 800 horsepower. And we're very happy with the balance that we've done with the aerodynamics, the suspension, and the horsepower, and the drivability for the horsepower that really gives a high-performance vehicle that you can take to the supermarket, get stuck in LA traffic for hour on end, or have fun at a track day here like at Barber Motorsports with it. Each car is serialized, as you know, and over the years the resale value of the cars have escalated. In theory, on this, if things hold true over the next 20 years, the car today, this will have a retail or a value of well over $1 million. So in today's money, it is still considered very much a bargain. But that gives a little bit on this. We have two new options though. We are always pushing the envelope. Option one that you can get is we are offering, again as an option, a sequential double clutch transmission. And again, we have not talked much about that. I was of the old school thinking, oh, manual transmission, even in the race cars in the 90s. In the race cars in the 90s, we had a sequential transmission, but I did not really, even though I was a second a lap faster, I still did not find it very gratifying. As we moved in with the S7 and into our new supercar, the S1, on this, they said, well, we'll do a sequential transmission on it. And I was not a fan of it until I started driving the race car. And then all of a sudden you realize, holy cow, you cannot believe what a sequential transmission will transform your driving experience. So as an option, we are offering on the black label only on something. And then in addition to that, it's always important, because I know electric cars, and we're supportive of electric cars, we're supportive of hydrogen cars, but it's hard to beat the sound of a V8 car as well. This has a standard, this has our standard exhaust system, which again is very unique. And then as an option, we're offering a titanium exhaust system with special Formula One style resonators. So if you really want to sound like a Formula One car at full chat, you get that option for this car only as well. So we have what we believe the latest in the technology that we can bring to the street today, still have fun on driving it to the supermarket or to track events like this. And we look forward to talking more about it. So at this point in time, I will stop talking and let everyone have a closer look on that. So thank you for coming.